my first performance was at a place that is now a Duffy's called Homefield in Kendall.
Okay.
It's right next to the movie theater. If you live in Kendall, right next to the Regal, Duffy's, Flanagan's, in that whole area. And it was Homefield, and they were a comedy club that was kind of like sublet ran through the Improv. So the Improv, it had all like the Improv rules. It kind of booked by the Improv, like the big names would go to the Improv, and the other guys that, you know, they had relationships with would go to Homefield. And so their Improv, their open mic was ran the same exact way as the New Faces, where you had to bring your 10 people. And I remember it was my 22nd birthday, was my first show, and I told all my boys and I told everyone, I was like, don't buy me a present, and I promise we'll get drunk after, but my birthday has to start. It just happened to be on November 17th. I was like, hey, on my 22nd birthday, we're doing this. And they came, and I did well, and then I went the second time. They're like, yo, let's go see him a second time, and I did terrible, and I didn't do it for 6 months, and then I started getting back into it again.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was my first spot, Homefield, and then I got plugged into like the Artistic Vibes, which was the worst for stand-up. Like, I'd rather do tours 30 times before I go back to art. And nothing against Artistic Vibes. It was a great open mic. It was just an all arts one. So, like, you've got a singer singing some beautiful, deep, original song, and then you've got a spoken word poet talking about all the racial injustices that they face, and then I'm like, so guys, and it's like,
well, you come on, you do your bit with the soap in your butt, and it's just, and then it falls flat, dude.
Just like the soap did out of my ass, and it was like,
you keep it pretty tight up there.
I keep it tight, but the closures, you know, when it falls.
But if it's wet, it'll shoot out. You know what I mean?
I used to use that because I couldn't get a concealed carry, so I would just soap in my ass when I would go into dangerous neighborhoods.
Yeah, I can see how that wouldn't work at Artistic Vibes.
No.